So it looks like we're gonna be looking forward to more Resident Evil remakes sometime in the future, and this is news that's been confirmed by multiple gaming outlets, including IGN, Game Rant, and and many other websites. And the thing is, we have no idea which Resident Evil game is going to be remade next. Um, we just got Resident Evil 4 remake back in March of 2023, and a lot of people are guessing that Capcom's eventually going to move on to 5, even though they have not confirmed that. We do know we're going to get another one, but there's a lot of people who'd rather see a remake for Resident Evil Code Veronica, which came out back in, I believe it was either 99 or 2000 for Sega Dreamcast. That game managed to sell over 1 mil on Dreamcast. And the thing is, it could have sold more if it was on the PS1 back in the day, but Dreamcast was obviously a more superior game console in terms of producing high quality 3D gameplay and graphics and all that stuff. And the thing with Resident Evil 5 is that that game was highly successful following its release during the late 2000s. Because I believe after it first came out, it did like over 8 mil. And like to this day, I think the game has done like over 13 mil. But the thing is, there was a lot of controversy surrounding Resident Evil 5 when it first came out. Because I believe like back in 2007, at the E3 event, Capcom had released a trailer for Resident Evil 5, and there was just allegations of racism, and where you saw like a I don't even want to get into like the details about it or anything like that, but Resident Evil 5 was a bit controversial despite its success, and I'm not exactly sure how that would be handled in this day and age because American society has changed a lot from what it was back in the late 2000s. And another game that people would probably like to see a remake of is Resident Evil Revelations, which came out back in 2012. And that was a game that got overshadowed because for whatever reason, when it first came out, I believe it was for the Nintendo 3DS before it got ported to multiple game systems. And the thing is, it's been on multiple game systems like the Wii U, PS3, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, and all those other games. But some people would go on record and argue that it was overshadowed by Resident Evil 6, which I also believe came out in 2012. But at the same time, um, Resident Evil Revelations was arguably a better game than Resident Evil 6 because by the time we got to Resident Evil 6, it kind of felt like the series had lost its identity and it was really different from like the original games that people loved a lot. But even if like Capcom had decided to remake another Resident Evil game, I'm not exactly sure whether or not they're going to capture the same magic that they got with the Resident Evil 2 or the Resident Evil 4 remake. Because out of the remakes we got, those are the two that people are talking about the most. I don't hear too many people talking about the Resident Evil 3 remake as much, but but yeah, there's a lot of money on the table for Capcom in terms of remaking other Resident Evil games because we have like spin-offs in the Resident Evil series like Resident Evil Outbreak, Resident Evil Revelations 2, the Umbrella Chronicles. Got all those spin-off games. I'm not entirely sure whether or not Capcom intends to focus on remaking spin-off games. I think they want to focus more on the main series in general. But the thing is, I think Capcom can only do this for so long, and even if they do it, it's like I don't know. They're still like focusing like on upcoming like main entry games like Resident Evil 9. We're expecting that to come out in the next couple of years, and to this day, we have heard no details on what to expect for Resident Evil 9. I'm not entirely sure what year it's going to be released or anything like that because Capcom may have a scheduled release date and they may decide to push it back for whatever reason. But Yeah, there are a couple of Resident Evil games that myself and a lot of other people would love to see remakes for. We just don't know what they are, and hopefully in 2024, Capcom will provide us more insight in terms of what to expect for their next major Resident Evil game that they set to remake sometime in the future.